Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking all things highlighters. A lot of you guys may know, if you've been following me for a while, that I have a playlist where I discuss specific products at a time just to help you guys if you're looking for a specific product, if you need a new foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush, highlighter, you know, things like that. I'm trying to build a playlist for you guys to where you can just go find videos that have specific recommendations, and hopefully it'll make your shopping a little bit easier. So today we're talking highlighters. I have quite a few highlighters I'm going to be sharing with you guys. You guys know I try a ton of highlighters here on my channel, but I really wanted to narrow it down to the ones that I really truly stand by. Keep in mind that these formulas I'm going to be recommending kind of fit my personal taste in highlighters. I like something that looks a little bit more natural. I like a formula that's going to build up a little bit more because I just love the look of being lit from within, not like a glittery stripe on the face. That's just my personal preference. I know so many people love a good blinding highlighter, and so many of these highlighters I'm going to show you can really build up to get super blinding if you want them to. So I'm really excited to talk about these. I have different kinds of formulas and all different price ranges. So let's get right into it. Let's start off with my most affordable recommendation. This highlighter I have talked about for a really long time here on my channel, and it's one of the most beautiful, natural, buildable highlighters. It is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. I'm sure if you followed me, you've heard me talk about this quite a bit. The thing I love about this is how buildable it is. It just looks like your skin is glowing from within. The price point is incredible. It's like $4 or $5, which I still can't believe. I've tried quite a few highlighters from the drugstore, and there are so many good ones, but for some reason this one tops all other drugstore highlighters in my opinion. I love it so much. It's a soft baked formula, and this has a little bit of a pinky undertone, which I actually really like because I find that it melts into my skin a little bit more. I've actually noticed that right now, coming out of winter, my skin is actually slightly too fair for this, like slightly. You can see just the faintest bit of pink, but during the spring and summer, when my skin darkens up a little bit more, it is the perfect shade for me, and I absolutely love it. This is something that I recommend to everybody. It's something that I'm going to continue to purchase over and over again. They actually recently released a darker shade in this, so if you have medium or deep skin tone, but you want to try this formula, they do have a new shade, and I really think that that one's pretty as well. I just haven't been able to wear it since this shade is the one that works best for me, but I absolutely love it. You can just see how pretty it is in the pan. This is so good, and I can't believe it's so well priced. I'm trying to think of what order to talk about these in. I think I'm gonna go from like the highlighters I've used for the longest up to more recent favorites. So my next favorite has to be the Balm Mary Luminizer. This highlighter is so good, you guys. It's just the perfect champagne color. It's like a warm champagne. There's a slight undertone of gold in this. It is so pretty. It's really buttery, and I just feel like it melts into the skin. You're gonna hear me say that probably a lot in this video because I love a highlighter that really just kind of meshes into the skin and looks like it's part of the skin versus sitting on top of the skin, if that makes sense. This is incredible. I've loved this for so long, and I've recently started to dabble in it a little bit more. I feel like when I first started my channel, I was really using this so much, and then I just started trying other highlighters, and I kind of stopped wearing this for a little bit. But then my friend Bonnie here on YouTube, she loves this highlighter. It's her absolute favorite, and ever since she started talking about it to me, I was like, okay, I need to start using this again, and I have been, and it's really beautiful. So this is one that I've loved for years now. The next one that I've loved for years is the Benefit What's Up highlighter. This is a cream formula, however, I find it really easy to work with. It applies beautifully over top of any powders, and how I like to use it is I will just roll up the product, and then I will take the back of my sponge, and I will just take some product on the back of my sponge just like this. Maybe I'll show you. I wasn't planning on doing this, but maybe I will. And I just kind of press it onto the skin wherever I want this glow, and it just adds a little bit more of a sheen slash highlight to the skin. I feel like this actually will work on quite a few different skin tones. It is going to be a little bit more of a champagne kind of glow, so if you're into something a little bit more golden, this might not be for you, but I do feel like it will work on a lot of different people. I love this. I've owned this particular one for so long. A little bit goes the longest way. It is so worth every penny in my opinion, and I just feel like it's the perfect bridal highlight. I don't know why, but I just really feel like it gives that gorgeous bridal kind of glow to the skin. I love this so much. Okay, next I want to talk about Becca highlighters. So Becca makes some of the best highlighters. They're so buttery, they're so buildable, and they make so many beautiful shades that will work on any skin tone, and you can find the exact kind of effect that you want in a highlighter no matter what skin tone you have. So I feel like Becca highlighters is where I would really direct people if they really want to dive into highlighters and find something that fits them specifically, because there really are so many options. My favorite one from Becca is this one right here. I love a lot of them. I love Champagne Pop, of course, is a classic, and I really have been enjoying Opal as well, but this one captures my heart. This is Vanilla Quartz. It's the most unique color, but it's still so wearable. It kind of has a little bit of a pink shift to it, which is why I really like it, but it's not like a holographic kind of highlighter where it's super obvious on the skin that it's pink. It's mostly gold, as you can see, but I don't know if you can really tell how if I move it, it just has the slightest pink undertone. I'm actually wearing it on my skin today, and I don't know, I just have loved this for so long. This is definitely a highlighter that I would say would work for fair to light skin tones, just because unlike my other highlighters that have a little bit more of a sheer base to them, this one could appear a little bit chalky on someone who's more medium to deep, in my opinion, because there is a little bit more of a base to it. But if you are fair to light skin tone and you want something that has a little bit of a pink shift, it's just more unique than the other ones that I own, but it still looks natural. I feel like you would really enjoy this. All right, so this next highlighter is from Natasha De Nonna, which is a very pricey brand when it comes to their eyeshadows. I do feel like this highlighter is actually pretty fairly priced for what you get, and I love the formula. Every single time I wear this, I get loads of compliments, and this is definitely one that you can really build up and create the most intense glow, but it doesn't look sparkly. It just kind of makes your skin look a little bit more dewy and wet, but like in such an intense way if you want it to be. But you can also kind of layer it lightly, and it's going to give you a really nice natural glow. This is the Natasha De Nonna Super Glow Highlighter, and I actually like the shade light to medium better than the fair to light shade. In my opinion, the fair to light shade kind of is too bright for me, and I feel like it just looks a little bit more unnatural than this one does on my skin. So here it is. You get quite a bit of product, and I just love this one so much. I also travel with this a ton because the mirror in here is such a good size. I can see my whole face in it, and so I tend to travel with this a lot. And like I said, I get so many compliments on it. In fact, I wore this to the Tatcha event, layered on top of another highlighter that I will tell you about in a second. But I had this very talented makeup artist come up to me and ask me what highlighter I was wearing because he could see it from across the room, and he just loved how it looked on my skin. And he's like a celebrity makeup artist, okay? So I was like very floored and very flattered, but it was this that was giving that intense glow right where I wanted it. I love this so much. It's so good. Before we get into the other ones, I just want to quickly kind of swatch on my fingers so you guys can see the difference. Highlighters are a little bit difficult to swatch just because I want you to see the difference, but sometimes it's a little more difficult. So we've got the Pure Nude highlighter right here. As you can see, it's got a little bit more of a beigey pink. It doesn't look pink right now, but when I swatch the other ones, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm going to swatch the Mary Luminizer one right next to it, which you can see is more of a golden champagne. Now you can see this one's a little more pink toned. We'll swatch the cream one as well. So this is the Benefit What's Up. As you can see, the cream formula creates more of like a sheen, and it looks very natural on the skin. I love this one. Next up, we're gonna swatch Vanilla Quartz, and you'll be able to see the base that I'm talking about. Can you see that? I wonder if I can kind of blend it out. It's hard to see the pink shift in this, but it's there, I promise, and you can see it the most in sunlight. So there's Vanilla Quartz, and then I will swatch the Natasha De Nonna Super Glow. It's so good, you guys. This one is so good, and I'm really building it up quite a bit. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so those are the first 5 we talked about. They're similar in tone because obviously they work on my skin tone, but truly they do different things for me, and I reach for them on different occasions. So hopefully that helps you guys a little bit. This one, oh my goodness. Let's move into the next few. And these next highlighters that I'm going to tell you about are a little bit more recent to my collection, but I've been loving them so much. The first one is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter. These are the Freestyle Highlighter Duos, and I have mine in the shades Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. The thing that I really love about this is you've got 2 different options. So on this side, you have something that's going to be a little bit more natural for every day. And if you really want to bump it up a notch, you can layer the 2, or you can just wear this one. This one has a little bit of glitter in it, but for some reason it looks really natural on the skin. I do find myself using this side more, if I'm honest, but I do love the option of having a more intense highlight on the other side. I also love to use this as an inner corner highlight, which is what I have right now. You can see how gorgeous and intense that is. So if you don't want to put this on your face, you can definitely use it as like an eyeshadow or an inner corner highlight, and it is stunning. This is also a formula that comes in so many different shades, so this would be a great one to look at if you want kind of a 2-in-1 option, and there's something for everybody with Fenty, obviously. They do amazing with their ranges and all their products, so this is an amazing one. I've been loving it. The next one I've been loving, I had on my wish list for a really long time, and I finally just went ahead and purchased it, and I'm really happy that I did because it's the exact kind of highlighter that I love, but I have options. This is the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette, and I love how you get 4 different colors in here. Obviously, this shade for me is too dark to use as a highlighter, but I do find myself using it as an eyeshadow, or also if I use a very light hand, I can kind of use it over top of my bronzer to create a little bit more of a glow or a sheen. The shades I use most to highlight are these 2 right here. I will sometimes mix these 3 right here. This one I love to use as like a blush topper. I think it's beautiful. And this one right here, if you want like a pop in the inner corner, this is incredible. This is actually the highlighter that I had layered under the Natasha De Nonna highlighter at the Tatcha event. I just took these 2 and I did a really light kind of wash of highlight on a larger portion of my face. And then I used this one on top to kind of create a little bit more definition, and it turned out beautifully. I really loved that combination. So this one, in my opinion, is worth the splurge. I know it's Dior, but I love the formula of this. I think it's incredible. All right, next I wanted to talk about a liquid highlighter that really surprised me. It's the Glossier Play Night Shine Highlighter Concentrate, and I have mine in the shade Pale Pearl. They do have quite a few shades in this as well. I was not expecting this to be as incredible as it is, but if you want a super glowy and dewy effect and you like cream products, this is gonna be the one for you. This also actually layers beautifully on top of powders. So if you're somebody who does like to set the face like me, but you want a more cream finish to the skin with your highlighter, this is beautiful. The undertone is stunning. I don't know how they do it, but it's so intense and glowy, but it also is equally natural. I don't know. It's amazing. I've been loving this. And then this highlighter I can't stop talking about. It is definitely the most new to my collection, and it is also the highlighter that I'm currently getting the most use out of. This is from Honest Beauty, and this is the Midnight Reflection Luminizing Glow Powder. It's similar to the Essence one in the sense that it's a baked formula, but in my opinion, this one is even more natural and even more sheer than that one. It's also a little bit lighter. It doesn't have that pinky undertone. It's more golden in my opinion, but I do feel like this would work on a lot of different skin tones, and it is the most natural but beautiful highlighter. Like, it's not so natural where it's like, what's the point? Like, you might as well not even wear a highlighter. It does something to the skin, but it's not over the top. It is beautiful. I love it so much. I don't know if you can really see the sheen that it gives, but it is so nice. I love this. I can't get enough of it. This has been my everyday highlighter because there's just certain days where, I don't know, in daylight, I just don't want to look too glowy, but I want a good natural glow. I don't know. It's just my favorite everyday highlighter at the moment. I can't recommend it enough. It is so beautiful. So now that we've talked about these, let me swatch these on my hands as well. I will do the Fenty one first. So this is the more natural one. Look how gorgeous that is. And you can tell that this one has a little bit more of a sheer formula, so it really blends into the skin beautifully. Next, we're gonna do the neighboring shade, and bam, that is so much more intense. I love this duo because again, you can mix the 2 if you want to, or wear each on its own, and both are beautiful. I'm not gonna be able to really swatch all of these, I guess. Maybe I'll do it. We'll do the Dior lightest shade, which is this one right here. Next, we will do the gold, which is so pretty. I love this one. We'll do the pink on this thumb. See how pretty that is? And if you have a medium or deep skin tone, you could totally use this as a highlighter, and I think it would be so stunning. With this finger, I'm gonna swatch the bronze shade so you guys can see. Look how gorgeous. Oh, I love this one. Okay, next, we talked about which one? Oh yes, the Glossier. Okay, this could be really difficult to swatch. Okay, there's the Glossier one. This one right here. Love that. And last but not least, I'm gonna swatch the Honest Beauty one, which when I swatch it like that, it kind of looks a little bit more powdery. I guess it is a little more powdery. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit. Do you see how beautiful that is? When you blend it out on the skin, it truly just makes your skin look lit from within. There are zero sparkles to it, which I love. So there's all those next to each other. Love them all. And I have a couple more that I want to talk about, and I was debating putting them in this video or not, but I really want to, because if for some reason you come across these or you can get your hands on them, I definitely would recommend, or maybe you have it somewhere in your collection and you need a reminder that you need to pull them out again. Here are two highlighters that I don't think are available anymore. I'm not sure about this one, and the other palette that I'm going to show you is limited edition. But anyways, the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. Oh my gosh, it is so good. When I first tried this out, I thought it was going to be too dark for my skin. I don't know. It was just a little bit more golden, and I thought, that's probably not going to work for me. But it does. It works on so many skin tones, and it is stunning. I've noticed that I really like a little bit more of a baked formula in a lot of my highlighters, and this is definitely more of a baked formula. I'll swatch it for you. Oh, it's like champagne, but it's also gold. It melts into the skin. It looks natural. If you have this in your collection, you need to buy it. If you find it anywhere, you need to buy it. I know they brought it back for a minute, and right now on the website it says that it's currently out of stock or temporarily out of stock. I'm not sure if that means they're gonna bring it back or if it truly is gone forever. So yeah, that's that. And my last love, I truly wish that they sold these individually. I don't know if they do. But this is the NARS Bord de Plage palette. When I purchased this, oh my goodness, I used it in like every video, I feel like. And it has two bronzers right here, but four highlighters that are divine. They are so beautiful. I know some of you guys picked these up when I talked about them if you were following my channel, and they're just so good. They have great undertones. This one being more champagne, gold, pink, and a little bit more of a peachy bronze. I really hope that they eventually release these shades individually. I don't think that any of them are on sale separately. The bronzers are that were in this palette, but I don't think the highlighters were. So I just wanted to kind of mention those as well because I loved those equally. I just don't really like to mention them on my channel if they're limited edition or you can't get them anymore. So that completes this video all about highlighters. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I hope you found it helpful. I know a lot of these weren't from the drugstore, and truly I was even surprised at that because you guys know how I feel about the drugstore and you know how many products I try from Walmart and from the Ulta drugstore section, but for some reason when it comes to highlighters, like the Essence Pure Nude highlighter is incredible from the drugstore. It's exactly what I want. But a lot of the other ones, there's some really good ones, don't get me wrong, but like they haven't captured my heart in the way that these other highlighters have. So if there's a drugstore highlighter that you guys love, let me know in the comments below. I know the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters are really beautiful, but they do provide a very intense glow in my opinion, so I reach for them on special occasions, but these are more for a natural building up to a blinding glow kind of highlighter. So anyways, I hope you guys found this helpful. I will have the playlist down below for you guys if you're wanting to shop for other categories. I have a bronzer video that I did a while back. Again, foundations, concealers, mascaras, all that jazz. So I will have that link down below for you guys. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie and I would love to have you join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays when I upload my videos, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks again for watching. And also don't forget to comment your favorite highlighter down below because I have to know. That's it for today's video. I love you all so much and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.